It is Tuesday morning at 7:30 a.m. For the past few months, I've gotten rid of my alarms entirely. My phone doesn't buzz, my watch doesn't buzz. I just wake up whenever Daniel needs me to wake up. But last night he had another rough night, which meant he slept in, which means I slept in today. So it's time to get this day started, head off to work. So even though it's Tuesday right now, I'm going to be posting this video on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, it's Stephanie's birthday. So if you're watching this, happy birthday, boo. I have an embarrassing confession to make. My sleep schedule is really messed up. Every day I wake up between 6 and 7 a.m. just based on when Daniel wakes up, when I need to get to meetings, those sorts of things. But then throughout the day I get really tired, and so when I get home I'm exhausted and I want to go to sleep. And when I do that, I sleep for half an hour, I sleep for an hour, I sleep for 3 hours, and then we go into a nice normal evening. But then because I slept that time in the afternoon evening period, I can't go to sleep at night. And then by the time I go to sleep at night, it's really late and I don't get enough sleep in the night, so that when I wake up in the morning, I feel fine and refreshed, but it doesn't last very long. As soon as the workday is over, I start feeling way more tired than ever. Recently, I've actually been feeling way more tired than I've ever felt in the past. I've never felt physical pain from being tired. I have a long history of sleeping weird hours, not sleeping enough, but it's always worked for me, and I think I'm headed for a future where if this doesn't figure itself out in the next 2-3 months, I'm going to have to change my sleep cycles. I'm going to have to change my processes so that I am actually sleeping well, I'm sleeping at good times. When I was younger, I did a whole bunch of research into alternative sleep patterns. Now, normally people are on what they call a monophasic sleep pattern, where you sleep once per night. But there's actually a couple other patterns that are very common. One of them is called polyphasic sleeping. This is the extreme, where you're awake for, I think it's 2 or 3 hours, and then you sleep for 45 minutes. Then you're awake for 3 hours, and you sleep for 45 minutes, which you're actually awake for far more of the day. But what ends up happening is you lose your tolerance for being able to go without sleep, right? If you have to go 3, 4, 5, 6 hours without that little 45-minute nap, you fall apart as a human. Now, there is an interim, kind of a middle ground, which is the biphasic sleep pattern, where you sleep twice a day. And that's almost what I naturally find myself ending up on, where I have a sleep in the night and then I have some sort of nap. And I get some of the same symptoms of being unable to go without sleep, but in general, I flip back and forth between a monophasic and biphasic sleep pattern. I think the ideal amount of sleep for me is between 5.5 and 6.5 hours, but this is only the case when I actually have something I'm really passionate about, because I also find that when I am bored or get disengaged, that's when I start falling asleep and the whole pattern just completely falls apart. So now that you know a little bit about my sleep patterns and what works for me, I'm off to bed. Good night.